In this video, I'll be reviewing the Naturehike Sirius 2-person ultralight trekking pole tent. Is it worth the $80 price tag? Let's find out. With all the accessories, stakes, and guidelines, it weighs in at just 2.6 pounds or 2.3 pounds without the stakes. That's really light for a 2-person tent. Usually the 2-person tents are in the 5 to 6 pound range. Just for comparison, this MSR Hubba Hubba 1-person tent weighs in at 2.4 pounds. Yes, the MSR is slightly lighter, but it has far less interior room and costs about 5 times as much as the Sirius. So let's go over what comes in the tent. In the accessory bag, it comes with 10 stakes, 5 guidelines that I've got already attached onto the tent. There's really 2 ways you can set up this Sirius: trekking poles or sticks, or with a ridge line. Both have advantages and disadvantages. The ridge line is easier, but you need some trees around, and with trekking poles, you can set it up anywhere. As far as setting up the tent, I wouldn't say it's harder than traditional poles, but it definitely takes more time. The reason is because you must use the stakes and guidelines, versus in a traditional setup, it's not required to use the stakes. The Naturehike Sirius 2 is an ultralight 2-person trekking pole tent. So what are trekking pole tents? Trekking pole tents are usually much lighter because instead of using traditional tent poles, they use trekking poles or a tarp ridge line across 2 trees. So take that into consideration before buying this tent. It does take more time and work to get everything set up. Once you've got it all set up, it's really nice. The Sirius is a classic Baker style tent, which means it has this giant awning. It's a really nice shaded area to hang out, cook food, stay dry, or just enjoy the view. Classic Baker style tents are usually made of canvas and designed to be set up near the campfire for the heat. But I probably wouldn't set up this tent anywhere near the fire. Any flying embers would turn this nylon tent into Swiss cheese pretty quickly. The Sirius is made of 20D seal nylon or ripstop silicone seal nylon, which is great because you won't have to deal with hydrolysis in about 5 to 10 years. Hydrolysis is when a tent is sealed with polyurethane. Around 5 to 10 year mark, the bonds inside the polyurethane start breaking down, and it starts making the sealant feel kind of sticky. It makes the fabric feel sticky at first, then eventually it'll flake off in a sticky mess. Even if you take perfect care of your tent, the moisture in the air will eventually start breaking down the polymer. That's what happened to this MSR, and that's why I'm looking for a new tent. The tent is still usable, but the floor just feels sticky and gross. I'm surprised that a lot of big name, expensive brand tents like MSR, Big Agnes, North Face, and Nemo, just to name a few, still use polyurethane. Hydrolysis is unavoidable, so unless you like sticky tents, stay with seal nylon. The biggest issue that I can see in this tent is there's just not a lot of mesh. With traditional tent poles, you can set it up without the rainfly and be surrounded by just mesh. With this Baker style tent, you have a big mesh front door and a tiny bit of mesh down here. This is the only configuration you can have. Because of that, the ventilation isn't great. It's currently about 68 degrees outside right now, and I'm in shade and it's cloudy and it's warm in here. Even if I turn on the fan to simulate a breeze, there's just not much of a cross breeze. I've used this tent in 80-degree weather and it was pretty warm inside. Inside the tent, there are 2 pockets, one on each side of the tent, and then a lantern hook in the middle front of the tent. There's enough room inside to fit 2 standard sleep pads and some gear. It'd be pretty tight for 2 people, but for 1 person, it'd be super roomy. Overall, the build quality is really nice with all the Naturehike tents that I've reviewed. It's got tape seams and metal rings on the peak tie-out. So who is this tent for? Backpackers, bike packers, or thru hikers? If you're looking for a tent you can set up quickly and go to sleep after hiking 20 miles, this probably is not the tent for you. At minimum, for a trekking pole setup, you need 6 ground stakes and 2 guidelines for a functional tent. To get a canopy and a cross breeze, you need 4 more guidelines and 2 long sticks. I'd say it's for someone who is camping multiple days in the same location with time to set up a really nice cozy camp like bushcrafters or car campers. If you're willing to put in the extra work, you can make this tent a really comfortable base camp. But for 80 bucks, why not? Putting the tent away wasn't too bad, except that I had to use 9 stakes, 4 guidelines, 2 trekking poles and 2 poles that were not included in the kit. So what did you think about this tent? Have you slept in a Baker style tent before? Would you get the Sirius? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, it would really help me out if you gave me a like and subscribe to this channel for future gear review and camping adventures. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.